Hello everyone. First and foremost, I want to thank you for being patient with me as I haven't uploaded in a while. I really wanted to prioritize school and the fall semester, so I didn't have the chance to upload on this channel, but from now on you can expect uploads every single Wednesday yet again. In this video, I thought I'd share the tech gear I use as a third-year college student. Whether you like it or not, tech is needed for your college studies. Even a computer at the lowest level is needed in college, as most of your classes might be hybrid or online, or your assignments are posted online. So the baseline tech you need is at least a computer, so this can be related to all of you college students out there. This is the tech gear I use every single day, and I would say it's a big factor to my success in college. So let's get started. First off, talking about computers, let's start with the one I use. I use a MacBook Pro. Specifically, I use the 2020 MacBook Pro. I believe it's a 13-inch. You can check out all the specs on the 2020 MacBook Pro, but this thing is a beast. I would say that this is the staple of the tech gear that I currently own, and it is the centerpiece of all the other tech you'll see in this video. This is easily the fastest computer that I've ever owned, and it's just powerful. I've had it for nearly 3 years, and the display is incredible. There's great colors. It's fast, as I just said. I use it for daily assignments, document transfer with other, Apple devices, online classes, Zoom, and it just keeps up with all of it. Additionally, it serves as my editing device for this channel and any other content that I want to film out there. So it does a really good job in Premiere Pro, which is the editing software I use to edit video and audio, and it's pretty fast at it. For those of you who are interested in buying a MacBook yourselves and want to splurge on a purchase, I really urge you guys to look at the 2021 and 2022 versions of the MacBook instead, because although I love this computer, there is some downsides to it. Some stuff that are specific to the 2020 MacBook is the limited ports that it has. So it only has 2 Thunderbolt ports, no USB ports, and 1 headphone jack. With limited ports, it does make it a challenge to easily charge your devices, but I do have a solution to that you'll see later in this video. And also with the 2020 MacBook, the touchscreen doesn't really make sense. I know they advertise it a certain way, but in reality, it doesn't have very much of an impact. Yes, it's used as your volume up, volume down, forward, reverse when you're watching YouTube or something. But other than that functionality, it doesn't really serve a purpose further than that. So I would definitely go towards those newer versions. They might be a little bit more money, but the functionality in those newer versions make a little bit more sense because there's more ports, there's USB ports. I believe there's an SD card reader in the newer MacBooks as well. So the 2020 MacBook, although there are those cons, I still love it and is still my main staple in my setup. My next piece of tech is my iPad Pro, and I already made a video on this, so if you want a very detailed, in-depth video on the pros and cons of, using an iPad in college, I have a video linked up here at the top that you can definitely check out. I got my iPad about 1.5 years ago, so midway through in my college journey, and I would say it's been a game changer. Some of the key points I made in that separate video were, the great functionality, portability, accessibility that the iPad has, and I still stand by that. The iPad, it does take some getting used to, not writing on paper, not buying binders or notebooks, but once you get the hang of it and once you just realize that this thing is a beast, it really helps you in the long run. And I really think it's a staple, and it's going to be a norm going forward as a modern college student. But in short, I can use this iPad alongside my Mac to create a system of learning and productivity. Something that I'm not really going to use as a separate piece of tech that I own, because it's really an accessory to the iPad, is the Apple Pencil that comes with it. Again, in order for you to get an iPad, getting the pencil, the Apple Pencil is kind of a no-brainer. So this thing's pretty good. Obviously, there's things that you can buy for your iPad that makes it feel like you're writing on paper, which some people like. I don't really mind it. Maybe I'll get in the future and make a review on it, but I believe it's Paperless is the company that makes that fabric, I guess you could say, screen protector that you can put on your iPad. But anyways, this as well as a piece of my setup. And one tip that I would give my past self, I don't even know if it's a regret on this purchase, but buying a bigger screen for my iPad. Yes, I'm getting into kind of the nitty gritty, but when you're going through my app on here, Notability, also look for a future video about Notability, because that'll definitely come in the coming weeks. But I feel like when I'm working in Notability, I could use a bigger screen to write down all my notes and everything. So that's definitely something to think about when or if you're buying an iPad. Next up in my tech gear is the Hootoo USB-C Hub. And what I said before about my MacBook Pro and its limited ports because it's the 2020 version, this thing right here eliminates that. If we just want to take a tour of this real quick, you can see it has 3 USB-C ports. It has an SD and micro SD card reader, an HDMI adapter that you can plug into a second monitor, and it has a USB-C port as well. This thing is amazing. When I'm at the library for a prolonged period of time, or I need to plug USB things in to charge my devices when they need charging, this thing can do it all. I definitely recommend this, even if you get a version of the iPad or you have a computer that has a lot of ports. This thing still helps, and I believe it keeps my cables out of the way, and it's relatively cheap, so I think it's a great overall purchase. And this also makes my iPad able to connect to a second monitor, which happens to be my next piece of tech. My second monitor is really nothing special. You can see it right here. It's currently off because the adapter I just showed you guys, but it's really nothing special. I went to the nearest Best Buy and picked up the cheapest version because I'm not too much of a techie and I didn't really care about, displaying great colors on a second monitor if I already have my MacBook to display some pretty good colors. So I just picked up the cheapest one, and it has been a really great purchase so far. I got it about 2.5 years ago. And for college students, I believe you can take a note out of people in tech. The second monitor is really a game changer, and it really makes your functionality and your productivity and how fast you can do things a lot faster. The ability to display multiple screens at once. Maybe I have a recorded lecture on one monitor and I have my notes up on the next. It just makes functionality really a breeze. And I know a lot of people use, if they have a MacBook, they use it as kind of just for its hardware and they get 2 monitors. But that isn't a purchase I've made. I just use one of my monitors as the MacBook and then, remotely plug it into the second monitor. But I have thought of it and it is under consideration. So if I make an updated video a year from now, maybe I'll do that. Now I would be remiss not to mention some sort of headphones. Headphones, I think everybody has them in college. If you go to the library, everybody is going to be wearing headphones. So I definitely need to display what kind of headphones I have. My AirPods broke a while back, so for a quick solution, I had knockoff AirPods. I got them for $12 at a Walmart, and they served a purpose. The audio quality was trash. You could hear the sound coming out of my ears, even if they're headphones. It was rough, but for $12 they worked. You can just go to any Walmart, and it's not a bad purchase if you don't want to spend money on AirPods or anything else. But luckily for Christmas, my girlfriend, Rhea out there, if you're listening, she got me an upgrade, a well-needed upgrade on my headphones. She got me the Beats Solo 3. These are amazing, and the audio is amazing, the bass is amazing, everything about the sound and audio quality is amazing on these things. They are Bluetooth. You can talk, receive phone calls and talk through these headphones. They're just like AirPods, but I would say even better. I've never really had over the head headphones before, but I've loved them so far, so I definitely highly recommend these Beats Solo 3. Not only for everyday school you can use these things, but for working out, they stay compact and tight on my head as well. And that concludes the tech I currently use. Obviously I don't have any kind of speaker, really anything else, but this is the tech that I use every single day. It's not really that advanced. Most of it is used just for school. My iPad, I don't really have many apps in there that I use other than that Notability app, or Good Notes, I believe, is the app I really use. So most of this is just for school, so that's why I thought I'd make this video, because it is directly related to the modern college student. So yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more videos. Every single Wednesday you will see a new video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.